designated driver. Stay wherever you are. Don't drive your car if you've had any alcohol consumption whatsoever. Probably about 7 years ago, when some Niagara Falls Youth Court kids who happened to be students of Niagara Falls High School went to Albuquerque, New Mexico for a conference, and Albuquerque had the program. They brought it back here, presented it to the school, to the Board of Education, to the parents, etc., and about a year later got approval to run the program. And been doing it for, I think, like the last 6 years. On day one, the seniors, the selected seniors, are taken out of class, and then at that point they're considered designated dead, so to speak. Grim Reaper has got them. They go to the amphitheater, they get some white face makeup, a t-shirt, some postcards, and then the school resource officer, along with the Grim Reaper, takes them back to class, reads their obituary, and from that point on, they can't talk to anybody. That's the purpose of the postcard. If somebody asks them what they're doing, why they look with white face, they just hand them the postcard that they have been killed in an alcohol-related crash.
Mark Sturdivant passed away unexpectedly May 19, 2008. Mark was born July 6, 1990, in Niagara Falls, Beloved Center. The beloved son of Albert and Julia Sturdivant. He attended Abbott School, Gaskill, Middle, and was expected to graduate from Niagara Falls High School in June. Mark ran cross country and track, played football, volleyball, and baseball. He was a member of the Sacred Heart Church, acting as an usher for several years until its closure in April. Mark was a member of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, working at the Western New York Food Bank and distributing holiday food baskets for the past 5 years. Mark was a member of the LYNC and participated in the Youth Leadership Conference in Albany in March and attended the American Legion Boys State. He played percussion in the Niagara Falls High School Band and has been inducted into the National Honor Society in 2007. In addition to his parents, he will be sadly missed by 3 sisters, Christine, Cara, and Caitlin, and 2 brothers, Nicholas and Stephen, all of Niagara Falls. His maternal grandparents, John Zuner of Lockport, Bruce and Marcia Zuner of the Conwango Valley, New York, his paternal grandmother, Harry Sturdivant of Niagara Falls, and many aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. He was predeceased by his paternal grandfather, Joseph Sturdivant.
Later on that first day, we have a simulated car crash in a parking lot outside the gym where there's a drunk driver and there's 2 victims of that fatal crash, one dead at the scene, one dies later in the hospital, and that's observed by the entire senior class. The drunk driver is arrested, goes through that procedure, the other one's transported to the emergency room where they try to do the life-saving techniques, but unfortunately he or she passes away. Later that evening, the kids are taken to a local hotel where there's a retreat. There'll be somebody from the district attorney's office that prosecutes DWI to speak to them. There'll be, actually this year there's an attorney, plaintiff, a liability attorney who also happens to be a Niagara Falls fireman. We'll talk about that aspect of it and also some of the things he's seen in his 20-some years on the fire department. And school resource officer Neil Stenzel will go through what happens if you're arrested. He has some drunk vision goggles to give you the feeling of what that goes through. And at that point, the kids have to write a goodbye letter to their parents as to why they were killed in an alcohol-related collision. On Tuesday morning, they're taken to Lane's funeral home, where they must plan the funeral of one of them. One of the victims from the car, their parent will come in, and they'll actually go through the funeral preparation. Then they'll come back to the school, and there's an assembly with a slideshow with a speaker, Stephen Boyd, We sue drunk drivers, that firm, very emotional. They have some of the goodbye letters maybe read, and then the ending of it, and it goes through a funeral procession. There's a casket, and then all the living dead are brought up on the stage, and then the program closes. And just, the obvious thing is, how do you measure success of this kind of thing? Very subjective, you never really know. But two things I do know, is since we've started this program at Niagara Falls High School, we have not had any incident, let alone a fatality revolving around class day, the prom, whatever. Other programs helped that. After the prom party, post-prom party, last year was a big success in keeping kids off the road, keeping them here and keeping them safe. One other thing, Sal Pino, the traffic captain in Niagara Falls, told me that this is the first time in their history that they know of that did not have a drinking and driving related incident when the students came back to college last September. And finally, this program's called Every 15 Minutes because when it started, every 15 minutes in the United States, someone was killed in an alcohol-related car crash. As of today, that could be every 27 minutes. So the programs are working.